Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Adobe Photoshop Simple Infographic Tutorial. That's a lot to say. Okay, right, here we go. So already we've made a pie chart, we've made an arrow, we've made a right-angled arrow. So something now that combines a lot of our shapes together to make something more interesting. We're going to be drawing people this time. Little figures is what we're going to do. And this is how we're going to do it. So first of all, let's make sure we have a layer selected. There we go, we've got a new layer from our icon at the bottom. I'm going to go a little bit quicker through this tutorial, I think, because I've shown you how to select these things. So if you just look and see what I'm doing, I'll be wary to say things as I go too, but let's see if we can speed it up a bit. Right, so first of all, first thing we're going to need is a head. So I'm going to select the ellipse tool like I just did, and I'm going to hold shift and drag my cursor to make a perfect circle. Right, there's the head. Brilliant, that's already done. Fantastic stuff. Now what we need to do is we're going to create a body. So we're going to go back to our shape tools. We're going to get our rectangle tool this time, and I'm just going to click and drag and make a body. I think that looks good. Yes, I'm happy with that. Fantastic. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some arms and legs. So back over to our shape tool, hold down the left button, and we're going to go to rounded rectangle tool. We've not used this one before. So the rounded rectangle tool is very much like the rectangle tool, except when you do it, you get these lovely rounded cornered edges. Okay, that's really all there is to it. So let's draw some legs, shall we? So they're going to be fairly long. You'll notice that if you don't stretch this out too far, then your actual ends look completely rounded, which is what we want. That looks really nice. I'm going to then move to the move tool there. I'm going to go over it and move my legs. I'm going to move it in so we only see the bottom half until that looks about right. That does look about right. I'm quite happy with that. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just look at the layers I've created. So I created the head. Let's label that, shall we? Head. Great stuff. Then I create the body. You'll notice that when I select on these layers, it selects those shapes on the actual screen itself. This is the body, so I'm going to rename that body. Always name your layers, makes it easier. And then we've got rounded rectangle, which is the left leg. There we go, left leg. Done. Now, I don't need to make a right leg. I can just take the left leg, this layer here, I can drag it down to new layer, and that will create a copy. I'm going to call that copy what it needs to be called, which is right leg. Go to that bit there. Perfect. And then I can use the move tool to move it over too far. That would have done it. I don't know if they're level either, do I? So what I need to do is I need to hold down the shift key as I move it across. Oh, there we go. That's in line. They're level at the bottom too, which is perfect. Let's have a look now. So we've got our legs, we've got our body and our head. Great. Next thing we need are the arms. So making sure we're on that top layer. So the next layer we draw will come above it. If I select that one and start drawing something, the new layer will become between the body and the head. Just want to keep everything really simple right now. So make sure you're on that top layer. And we're going to draw again. We're going to do the same thing again. We're going to choose the rounded rectangle tool, but this time we're going to make slightly smaller, I think, yeah, slightly smaller shapes than like arms. That looks good to me. Now, what you do with these is really up to you in terms of whether you join them to the body or not. I quite like them not quite joined, so quite close. Let's see, I'm moving that in. That feels too close, that feels too far apart. What I can do is get as close as I like, and then instead of using the mouse, use the arrows on your keyboard. There we go. I think about there. That looks about right. So there's arrows on the keyboard. If you tap them, will move things just a little bit, however much you want them to. Right, so that is my left arm. Good stuff, done that over here now. Let's copy it. And let's hold shift as I use the move tool, move it over. Again, I'm going to use the arrows on my keyboard just to make sure they're out of the right length. There's the right space between them. That looks great. And then I can just rename this right arm. And I've got all my parts. I've made a man. It's fantastic. I just need to then click on the group. icon, which gives me a group there, and then I need to select. So I just click on my mouse there, hold down shift to the last one I want to select. There we go, got them all. Hold down on the left side of the mouse again and drag into my group. There we go. I can name my group man. There we are. And if I fold it up, it's all in there. Oh, I might also select them all again and lock them. You don't really need to once they're in a group. If you select the group, everything will move anyway, whether they're locked or not. But just for the case that we might screw up later, I'm doing that. There's our man. Fantastic. Now let's do a woman. Let's do a female. What we need to do, what I'm going to do, in fact, is I'm going to drag my man group down to here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to call it woman. I'm going to use my move tool, holding shift so it's level with my man to create another man. There we go. That looks cool. So how do I change it to a woman? First of all, let's just change the colours, shall we? Let's just change all the colours over. So actually I need to unlock these ones now, like I just did. Let's change everything. So going over to the shape, vector shape tool, click on it so this fill comes up here, and then I can just select body. That keeps happening. Select body, go to fill. That's done too. Moving up to leg. Same again. Let's keep doing that. Last one. All done. So this is going to be our woman. Now you can have the woman however you like. She just has to differentiate from the man, really. So what I'm going to do that is I'm going to go to the body, like so. I'm going to go to my, no, that's not what I want, that's it. I want my direct selection tool. My direct selection tool, I'm just going to draw around, if I can, I'm going to use it. Let's get a little bit closer to that. There we go. Now it's selected. I did that just to show you very quickly. I just got the selection tool and I just drew it until the only thing that was selected was the rectangle, like so. Now it's selected this corner. I don't want this corner, so I'm going to click it. In fact, I'm going to go shift and click, and that gets rid of that little black dot in that square. The ones I want this corner and I want this corner. I want them one at a time. So first I'm going to select that one. Then I'm going to hold the shift key. And I'm going to push out with it. Oh no, hold on. There we go. Now if I start moving it, there we go. I'm going to push out. Just going to widen this body. So it's, well, what I'm going for is something akin to a dress or female. So it's more like a dress, I suppose. And then I'm going to go to, sorry, I got ahead of myself there. Then I went to the move tool. And I'm going to drop it down. There we go, like so. Stretch it out a bit. Hit select. Let's have a little look at that. Okay, it's a little bit better, but these arms are now hidden. So what I'm going to do with the arms in this case is I'm going to move them out to probably maybe 45 degrees. So I get the cursor, make sure it's on that corner. So I don't want that, I don't want that. That's what I want. Those arrows going in two different directions. I'm going to hold down shift. I'm going to hold down the left hand side of my mouse and I'm going to rotate. I'm going to move it through. Let's see. I think maybe there. Let's have a little look at that. Yes, please. I'd like to apply. Just come off that. I just don't want that thing in the way. Yeah, that looks good to me. So I'm going to go to the left. I'm going to go to the right arm now. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Find that where it should be. There. Good. Hold the shift key down. Hold the mouse down and rotate out. There we go. That's good. It's not 45, it's not 15 degrees. That seems to work really well. Now, just to press enter so it keeps it where it should be. And if I look, I can see that both my arms have this little corner here. Well, I don't really want that. I want to be a bit more of a perfectionist. So I'm selecting both layers now. I'm selecting the left arm layer and the right arm layer. I can't do that like this. If I select one or the other, they're both, well, it'll do it alternatively. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the shift key to select them both. Perfect. Now what I need to do is I'm going to grab it in the middle and I'm going to just move it up a little bit. There we go. I think that's it. Press enter so it keeps it where it is. Come out woman. Come out. There we go. That's my male and my female. It's very differential. You can do other things if you like. Give this guy a moustache. Give this woman some hairstyle. Give her a kind of a more sleek female suit maybe that comes in at the middle and floats out at the top. It's really up to you, but this is basic stuff right here. Okay, so there's your man and your woman complete.